welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, please check out my other videos. Today I'm going to be talking about a really wild, awesome album by Crimson Glory, Transcendence. I'm going to go over a little bit about a couple of the other albums and stuff like that. And I simply tell you the quick story of how I got into Crimson Glory. I saw the video for Lonely off the Headbangers Ball back in 1989. Just like with a lot of other videos and songs and bands that I discovered. Okay, so the album came out in November of 1988 and Off-Road Racer Records, and you gotta think, promoting everything. One of the best ways, of course, was a music video, even though that they showed it on the Headbangers Ball. Well, there was still a good crowd that watched the Headbangers Ball, so there was still a lot of people that were going to at least check it out. I saw an article, a little article, and the ad for the first album that came out in '86, and I just didn't give it that much thought. But anyways, it came out at the ending of November, so this to me is a 1989 album because I forgot exactly even what month. And of course, if you saw my Headbangers Ball video, I got rid of my Headbangers Ball tapes like a fool. So somewhere in April or May, I forgot the exact month, like I said, but it was in 1989. I saw the video for Lonely, so I saw it, and I thought it was pretty cool. I thought it was an interesting song. I was like, oh yeah, these are the guys that wear the masks. And of course, they have like half masks at this point. So I saw the video and I liked it, but you gotta think, 1989, there was a lot of other stuff that was coming out. And I didn't get another job yet until like August of '89. And then when I did, and then finally like in September, October, I wound up buying this tape. Which I loved it. It opens up with a really cool heavy song, Lady of Winter. They have that really cool progressive sound, as people call it. It's really cool, you know, metallic sound. The drums are awesome. And the vocals are great. I know a lot of people have already heard this and know this. But then being compared to Queensryche, because Midnight's vocals were kind of similar to Jeff Tate's in ways. And also TNT, the singer for TNT, Tony Harnell, I think, was that the guitarist? I forgot, but they were similar to TNT also. But I guess the band had something really in common with Savatage, because they were from Florida. Band toured and stuff like that. I didn't see really much else. I was expecting a second video from Transcendence. It was kind of weird how they, for their first video, they put out the ballad. Isn't the ballad usually the third video? That's what. So I was hoping for a second video, but they just never released a video. After that, they just disappeared. Like with a lot of those other bands, people didn't think they were going to be around whatsoever. And I did remember seeing an ad for the thing. But anyways, back to Transcendence. Transcendence was a wicked album, Lady of Winter. His vocals on that, the guitar work, the drumming and everything. So I wound up buying the tape, and I thought Red Sharks was just an amazing, wicked song. And I was like, yeah, geez, it's been a while since these guys have released a video. Are they going to do one? They didn't. But anyways, Red Sharks, that scream on Red Sharks is just wicked. It's epic. So now, of course, I love the album cover. The album cover is awesome. They're leaving from a mothership here, and they're sending these human specimens, these girls, off to Earth or something. I don't really fully get it. But anyways, it's a really cool album, and that was one of the other things that gets, you know, your attention. The album is going to grab you. The album is going to like make you think, oh, hey, that looks cool. But of course, there's been several albums where I said, hey, that looks cool, and it was absolute crap. Or I get an album where like, man, this is a freaking stupid cover, and the songs on it are awesome. 1990, about a year later, I wound up buying the debut album, the 1986 album. And I bought it, and I was like, hey, this is really cool. And of course, the reason why I took a whole year to buy it is because, you know, back then there were so many other new things coming out, especially in '89 and 1990, and I was just buying stuff left and right. So it took about a year to make me go, oh yeah, hey, that tape. And then, of course, I wind up, I had to get it ordered. Because it's one of those things where back in '89, 1990, for those of you who don't remember back in those days, what would happen was you would see a tape or an album, primarily cassette tape we're talking here, or I guess even a CD, and if it was something of a band that wasn't too popular, and you saw like 2 or 3 copies there, you kind of had to get it. If you saw 1 copy there and you go there a week or 2 later, it was completely gone, and it was just gone. You either had to order it, or some people probably looked, oh yeah, that tape's not here anymore. Because that happened a lot with me. So sometimes I would order it, sometimes I'd be like, oh yeah, shit, that other Fates Warning, for example, Fates Warning tape that I was going to buy, I waited a week, and then when I went down the next week, somebody else had bought it. And I was like, just, who the hell else likes Fates Warning you? I really liked off the album were Dragon Lady, Queen of the Masquerade, and Lost Reflections. So I thought those were really cool. I liked the first tape. There was something about the second album, this one, that I liked more, I guess, because I was used to this one. This is the first one I heard. Then, of course, after this album, by 1990 rolled in, thrash metal was still going strong, metal was still going strong. 91 rolled in, and things started to kind of change. Some bands were, you know, getting experimental. Anthrax did some experimental stuff and all that other, you know. There was just a lot of other corny shit going on by that time. And of course, by September of 91, that's when things started to really get queer. But I didn't see the ad for this album until, not this album, I am on now Strange and Beautiful. The Strange and Beautiful album, I didn't hear it until like 92, 93, because I just didn't get it. I think I saw the ad and was like, oh, okay, yeah. And it's mentioned something about it's different and everything, so I held off. And then I happened to see it one time in a record store, so I bought that one too. And I thought that one was okay. It was kind of lame, I guess, in a way. If you want to compare it to the first two, The Strange and Beautiful wasn't a great album at all. Definitely not. It was nothing like the first two. So for those of you who are Crimson Glory fans and you like Strange and Beautiful, that's good for you. That's good that you like it. I didn't like it, and a lot of other people. And then, of course, that took until 1999. And then once again, I was on CD Universe, and I was doing the Pepsi points. So, and of course, I don't drink Pepsi, but I was working on Redemption Center back then, so we're getting like empty Pepsi bottles like crazy and everything. So I would just unscrew the caps, and most of the people who were drinking the Pepsi were these middle-aged ladies, and they weren't going to give a shit about Pepsi points. So anyways, I accumulated a mess load of Pepsi points, got a lot of CDs through CD Universe, including Lizzie, I'm going to leave that in, including Lizzie Borden's Deal with the Devil. So, I'm looking online and thinking, alright, well it's 99, I'm trying to look for older cool metal bands and, you know, stuff that I liked, because I really wasn't wild about a lot of the new stuff. So anyways, I saw Astronomica, and I said, oh cool, here we go. So I look on it, and I read the little write-up on it, and it said that the new singer, Wade Black, I think his name was. So anyways, I was like, alright, new singer, alright, it still looks cool, I gotta get it. It's got these pyramids on it, that looks really neat. I wound up buying it through CD Universe, and it was pretty good. I mean, a long time had passed, a good number, 8 or 9 years passed, well, between 91 and 99. That's like a band putting out an album in 1981, and the next one is in 89. Wade Black, and I like World of the Worlds on that one. I like it. It's a pretty good one. If I give a quick review on it, I give it like 8 out of 10 stars. This one, 10 out of 10. And maybe 8 stars for the first one. And Strange and Beautiful, I don't know, probably like 4 stars out of 10. But anyways, I like Astronomica, and then of course, lo and behold, once again they disappear. I know I've read up on it, and I've seen the other videos, a couple of people have other videos up. Midnight got arrested for drunk driving, and then the band kicked him out, or threw him out, or thinking that he had too many things going on in his life and all that other shit. So he just kind of screwed it up, and it was stupid for the band to just actually kick him out. So they never did get another chance to do another album. Midnight did a couple of solo albums. Here's a couple of things in that. I've heard some of the solo albums. They sound okay. I was hoping for a Crimson Glory reunion. Once I heard that he was joining Queensryche, I was like, I went back to Astronomica and I listened to it and I checked it out. And then I looked at the name and I'm like, oh yeah, it's that guy. Remember, just think about it. It was years. I mean, they released this one album in 1999 and then they just disappeared for so many years. I forgot the guy's name. So when I saw, you know, Todd's name on there, and I was thinking, oh, it's that guy. But no, it was Wade Black. I'm like, oh, okay, it's Wade Black. This guy, he was only in the band for 3 years. 3 years. 2010 to 2013, but they didn't do anything. So that's the other thing I question on. I mean, geez, all the other guys, and I'm sorry I forget their names, so I'm going to have to read it. John Dennings, Ben Jackson, and Jeff Lords, those guys were in the band for the whole time, from that reunion and everything. But even when they reunited, and then they decided not to go with Midnight, and then they got the Todd guy. But still kind of strange. Okay, so yeah, they kicked him out. And anyways, it was just 3 years. I was wondering what the heck the deal was. You know, was it a financial thing? Were they just doing what some of those bands do? I really hate that about bands. I hate when bands reform and reunite and then they just go on tour for 2 or 3 years and they don't do an album. They want to do a tour to warm up and everything, fine, cool, great, but within a year or so, I think, and I think the fans would agree and want it for a band that reunites to put out an album, put out a new album and see what you can do. This is an awesome, epic album. It's an absolute masterpiece. I love it. A lot of the fans of Crimson Glory also love this album. It's a cool cover. It's a cool album. Everything about it is awesome. Thanks for watching this video. Please check out my other videos. I got a lot of other like metal stuff and metal bands and stuff that I covered. And of course a lot more to come in the future. A lot of cool bands.